What's up, y'all? It's your boy Warren G. I'm back. Another quick video. Just want to kind of talk about something that I see people do, and I did a test myself and got some results. So my last, I kind of hinted at it in my last video. Um, I was finishing off my 6 millimeter Creedmoor barrel. I had loaded up. It was supposed to be 30 shots of. Let's see what bullet was I using. I believe it was the 110 SMKs, and I had 30 shots. It was all into Hornady brass. I was using CCI 41 primers. All the brass was prepped the same. Um, Yada yada yada, whatever, right? But anyway, the reason why I made this video was because I wanted to see if barrel temperature affected the velocity, and it's pretty cut and clear. But when people are doing tests like primer tests, they'll just shoot one at a time, and they'll, like, let's just say, like I did my old primer test, they'll shoot all one primer, let's just say CCI 400s, and then they'll get a velocity, and then they'll go to the next one and they'll shoot another type of primer, they'll get a velocity, and then they'll go, and then they'll say, yeah, so the last one that I shot had the most velocity, when instead you're letting other factors have an effect on your results. So anyway, I shot these in order. The first shot through 27 shots, and I'll show you why there was only, well, I can't show you, but I'll tell you why there was 27 shots. But the way that I broke this up was as if I was doing a 5 shot average for SD and speed. And I did it as if this was all different loads, but in reality, this was all same load. I just wanted to see the differences. So anyway, basically, the first 5 shots that I shot, I chronographed every shot, right? Here's my average speed for the 5 shots, and here's my SD. So 30-36 was my average speed for the first 5 shots. I didn't take a break. I literally just shot them all, right? So anyway, next 5 shots, which was 6 through 10. The only reason that the speed was a little down is because I had a really low shot that I didn't have in the first one, but it's within the normal amount of SD. So you could basically even call these the same, because 6 feet per second is pretty close in the grand scheme of breaking that into a percentage out of 3,000. The third string, I started to notice that my speed was going up, and also I was starting to get, this was a pretty hot load. I was starting to get slight pressure signs. So my third string, here's my average. So 30-49. So we went from 30-36, 30-30 to 30-49. Next 5 shots, as you started to see, I'm still going up in speed. Here's my next average. I went from 30-49 to 30-62. So here's my SDs: 10, 10, 12, 11, 19. Anyway, third string, 30-49. Fourth string of 5 shots, average was 30-62. So I've jumped up quite a lot as we keep making our way over. This is all the same, everything. Fifth string, we started getting some crazy stuff happening, but we still increased about another 12 feet per second. My SD jumped up crazy, and I started to see some good pressure signs on my brass. I shot 2 more shots. I popped the primer on this one, and I called it quits. But even with these 2 shots, which, whatever, just take it for what it is, I started low, and I went up with every single string, even with the same everything, right? Same powder, same primer, same brass, same bullet, same seed and death, same prep, same this, same that. The only difference was the heat in the barrel of the rifle. I did not take any breaks. I just shot them as it went. I don't have the conditions for the day that I did this test, but it was, I don't, if I remember right, it was somewhere around 60 degrees. But it doesn't matter. As the barrel heats up, it does affect your velocity, unless you're using some crazy fast powder that is getting a full burn prematurely. But that's basically the reason why I did this test. Round robin, is a better way to conduct testing, because instead of shooting sequence like this to get this result, round robin would have went like this. So if this was shot number 1 and this was shot number 6, I would have had in every like column, I would have had the same amount of heat affecting the subsequent shots. Round robin does take quite a bunch more setup, but when doing tests that you're trying to check on velocity or anything like that, it is fundamental that you, unless you do like a full cool down and you've got something to measure barrel temperature. So let's just say my barrel temperature is, I don't know, started out at 80 degrees. And I shot every 30 seconds, I shot a shot and I let it cool down back to 80 degrees again. And then I started over and I did the same thing. Then it wouldn't matter, right? But if nobody's doing that really, or I ain't gonna say nobody, most people don't. They just shoot a group and they call it what it is. They shoot a group and they call it what it is. Round robin is so much better because you're taking one of the variables out that has an effect on your final result. So this is just another one of the tests. I'm uploading this just for reference, and I can go back and check on this later. So anyway, more videos coming. This is going to be a lot of small things that I've tested, and I'm just gonna put them up and go from there. So hey, anyway, y'all have a good day. Y'all stay blessed. Catch y'all later. Peace.